Gradle with Kotlin DSL is a modern approach to build configuration that transforms how developers manage their projects. Instead of using traditional Groovy scripts, Kotlin DSL allows you to write build configurations using the Kotlin programming language. This brings type safety, better tooling support, and a more intuitive development experience to your build automation workflow. Kotlin DSL stands for Kotlin Domain Specific Language. It provides a type-safe way to write Gradle build scripts using Kotlin instead of Groovy. The main advantage is type safety, which means your build scripts are checked at compile time, catching errors before you run the build. You get full IDE support with autocompletion, inline documentation, and refactoring capabilities. Kotlin DSL files use the .gradle.kts extension instead of the traditional .gradle extension used by Groovy scripts. A basic Gradle build script with Kotlin DSL follows a clear structure. At the top, you define plugins using the plugins block. This is where you specify which Gradle plugins your project needs, such as the Kotlin JVM plugin with its version. Next comes the repositories block, where you declare where Gradle should look for dependencies. Maven Central is the most common repository. Finally, the dependencies block lists all the libraries your project needs, such as the Kotlin standard library. Each section serves a specific purpose in configuring your build. The plugins block is where you apply Gradle plugins to your project. Plugins extend Gradle's functionality by adding tasks and configurations. You can apply plugins using type-safe accessors, like the Kotlin function, which takes JVM as a parameter and specifies a version. You can also use the application plugin without a version if it's a core Gradle plugin. For third-party plugins, use the ID function with the full plugin identifier and version. The plugins block must appear at the top of your build script and provides better IDE support compared to older plugin application methods. Dependencies are external libraries that your project needs to function. In the dependencies block, you declare these using configuration scopes. The implementation scope means the dependency is required for compiling and running your code. The test implementation scope is for dependencies only needed during testing, like JUnit. You can reference Kotlin standard libraries using the Kotlin helper function, or specify dependencies with their full Maven coordinates using the group :artifact version format. Each dependency is added by calling the appropriate configuration method with the dependency notation as a parameter. Repositories tell Gradle where to download your project's dependencies from. The repositories block defines these locations. Maven Central is the primary repository for Java and Kotlin libraries and should be included in most projects. The Google repository is essential for Android development. You can also add custom Maven repositories by providing their URL using the Maven function. Maven Local refers to your local Maven cache on your computer. Repositories are checked in the order they're declared, so place the most commonly used ones first for better performance. Tasks are units of work that Gradle executes during a build. You can configure existing tasks using the tasks object. The withType function allows you to configure all tasks of a specific type. For example, configuring all Kotlin compile tasks to target JVM version 17. The Kotlin options block provides compiler-specific settings. You can also configure individual tasks by name, like the test task, and call methods such as use JUnit platform to enable JUnit 5 support. Task configuration lets you customize how Gradle builds and processes your project. Creating custom tasks extends Gradle's functionality with your own build logic. Use the tasks.register function to create a new task with a given name. You can set properties like group to organize tasks and description to explain what the task does. The doLast block contains the code that runs when the task executes. Inside doLast, you can perform any action, such as printing messages, copying files, or running custom scripts. Custom tasks are useful for automating repetitive processes specific to your project workflow. Properties and variables let you define reusable values in your build script. Use the val keyword to declare immutable variables, like storing the Kotlin version as a string. The by_extra delegate creates properties that can be shared across multiple build scripts in a multi-project setup. You can then reference these variables throughout your build configuration. This approach eliminates duplication and makes version management easier. When you need to update a version, you only change it in one place. Properties can store strings, numbers, or any other Kotlin type, making your build scripts more maintainable. Multi-project builds allow you to organize large applications into smaller, manageable modules. The settings.gradle.kts file is where you configure the overall project structure. Use root project.name to set the main project name. The include function declares which subprojects are part of the build. Each subproject listed in the include function should have its own directory with its own build script. This modular approach promotes code reuse, parallel builds, and clear separation of concerns. Multi-project builds are essential for scaling applications as they grow in complexity. Kotlin DSL offers excellent IDE support that significantly improves the developer experience. IntelliJ IDEA provides full auto-completion, code navigation, and refactoring support for Kotlin DSL build scripts. Android Studio, which is based on IntelliJ, offers the same native support with syntax highlighting and real-time error detection. When you're typing in a build script, the IDE shows you available functions, properties, and their documentation. You can navigate to source definitions and perform safe refactorings. This rich tooling support makes writing and maintaining build scripts much more productive compared to traditional Groovy scripts. Following best practices ensures your Gradle builds remain maintainable and efficient. First, always use type-safe accessors provided by Kotlin DSL to leverage compile time checking. Second, extract common build logic into either the build src directory or convention plugins to avoid duplication across multiple modules. Third, use version catalogs by creating a libs.versions.toml file to centralize all dependency versions in one place. This makes version management straightforward and consistent across your entire project. These practices lead to cleaner, more reliable, and easier to maintain build configurations.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.